Hello everyone, welcome to Minifigs in Space! Today we have a very special guest. It is the Dark Blue Classic Spaceman. We were introduced to him recently through the build-a-minifigure station at official LEGO stores. Unfortunately, he was not produced with a matching Dark Blue Classic Space helmet or air tanks. But don't worry, in this video I'm going to show you 3 ways to build this minifigure so he can be added to the ranks of your existing Classic Space collection. But first, I would like to touch upon the potential role that this Dark Blue Classic Spaceman has, because as you may already know, the Classic Spacemen traditionally have had their colored suits assigned to specific duties. Since this limited edition torso was created for Mr. Oz from the Dreams theme, and that character is a teacher, I would argue that the Dark Blue Spacemen are instructors, and this would pair very well with the light bluish-gray torso which fans have associated with cadets, those who are being trained for the Classic Space Force. This theory will affect some of the ways I build this minifigure, but without further ado, let's jump into the 3 ways you can build this spaceman. Number 1, the Purest Approach. If you want this spaceman to look as close as possible to the existing Classic Space astronauts, you are going to want to look for dark blue headgear, which, good news is, there are a lot of options already out there. But did you know there is technically an updated Classic Space helmet in dark blue? It is the visorless helmet that came with the Galaxy Patrol minifigure from the collectible minifigure series. Historically speaking, this was not a very popular minifigure, but that might change with the Dark Blue Classic Spaceman, so if you want it, I wouldn't procrastinate getting it. You can find a link for this part in the description below. For those of you who enjoy taking Star Wars models and making them with Classic Space aesthetics, perhaps you consider adding this dark blue hood piece to make a Classic Space Jedi. For non-helmet headgear, this is my favorite part to use, the dark blue kepi. I think this suits the Dark Blue Spaceman really well as an instructor. For those of you who also need oxygen tanks on your Dark Blue Spaceman, you can consider this helmet from the LEGO City Diver range. Personally, I recommend sticking with a transparent clear visor because Exosuit has established transparent visors in the absence of the Classic Space helmet. The second way is to use a modified head approach. Why worry about helmets and oxygen tanks when you don't need them? Using non-standard minifigure heads not only solves this difficulty, it also adds some diversity to your Classic Space ranks. And in my case, for the alien creature, I used the purple torso from his body to make a purple Classic Space Lady. So it was a win-win. But if you really want to experiment with storytelling, this also gives an opportunity to take very different themes and mash them together with Classic Space. For example, by taking the Beetlezoid head and wings and putting it on a dark blue Classic Space torso, it raises questions as to whether or not it is friendly or attempting, rather unsuccessfully, to go in disguise to infiltrate Classic Space ranks. The third way to build the Dark Blue Spaceman is what I would call the Adventurous Approach. Why stop at only dark blue when you can add other colors, such as grays or even regular blue? Allowing more colors allows even more customization opportunities. For example, having the Dark Blue Spaceman as a dinosaur riding instructor. A good way to be adventurous with color is to switch up the legs on the minifigures. Having dark blue with some other color accents gives a little bit more character. For me personally, I find it easy to go into a rabbit hole of extremes by trying out very wacky combinations, such as Space Ninjas or Classic Space Pirates. But regardless of your tastes, this demonstrates that the possibilities are nearly endless. And that, my friends, is about it. Those are the 3 ways to build the Dark Blue Classic Spaceman. Thank you for watching. I hope you were inspired, and if nothing else, a little entertained. Until next time, keep building your universe.